So, welcome back to the Cars Cuppas podcast. So, as you can tell, we've got a guest on today.
Got our first guest.
I know, very excited since we've been back. I mean, we've had a few people before, but it's nice to see some new faces and someone who's not necessarily from the area. And
Yeah, so we've got Andy from Sunday Startup at the Stalls, or just Startup at the Stalls?
Sunday Startup.
And as well as the new recently launched Eurorun. So basically, we thought we'd get you on, you could talk to us a little bit about Sunday Startup at the Stalls. Similar vibe to how Cars and Cuppas is.
Yeah.
Like a monthly Cars and Coffee event.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got this exciting new car rally and such.
Yeah.
So do you just want to kick-start off a little bit about yourself and how you got into sort of the Sunday Startup at the Stalls?
So basically, my name's Andy Gilbert. I started Sunday Startup Cars and Coffee about 2 years ago, two and a bit years ago. We started off as we used to, back then, I'd say, and you'd agree probably, there wasn't a huge amount Cars and Coffee there was Cars event, but there wasn't this sort of Sunday once a month Cars and Coffee. You had to travel quite far. You had to go Cafe in a Machine, or you had to go somewhere else, or Podium and things like that. So the bigger places were doing it, but there wasn't the smaller places. We ended up sort of driving a fair old distance to go to places, which is fine. It gives you, but it's nice to have something local. So popped over to our local farm shop, which is similar to what you do with that.
Sounds like the same story.
And that's sort of how it started, really. And sort of pop over and say, could we do a car thing once a month? Something like that, raise a little bit of money for charity and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of grew. You did the first one, you're never quite sure who's going to turn up or what's going to turn up, and then it sort of rolls on from there, and it builds and builds.
That's actually the same story as Cars and Cuppas.
exactly the same. Local the farm shop, yeah.
That's it, yeah. Can we do a car thing? And of course they go, yeah, that's fine, because they bring some extra customer on a Sunday morning when they might not be so busy or a bit earlier, and it seems to work.
So what got you into cars in general? Like, have you always just been into cars ever since you was
Dad, really. Growing up with Dad always had something a bit different or something like that. And I think biggest thing was travelling with cars. Yeah. We always used to go, if we went on holiday, we always went to the wrong place. And then so we could go on a bit of a road trip to get to the place. If that makes sense, we fly to a different place. And used to go through Europe a lot and everywhere. We always went to car museums. Everything was cars.
What sparked his interest in cars? Just
probably same as me, just growing up with cars. Yeah, exactly. He had a Mark 1 Cortina GT, and I remember Mum always used to say they used to live sort of in New Forest, but live sort of villages away. Mum could hear him basically get home because of the exhaust on the Cortina back when he was young.
Like you now.
my car's ridiculously loud. I've had multiple exhausts on there. I had like back box completely off, and my neighbours hate it. So
you wouldn't have seen it because I blocked you in the van.
No, bright pink. You wouldn't miss it.
It's trying to roll car. They've got a couple of people that come from the start-up because it's early, of sort of parking a car around the corner in the morning on a Sunday morning, so they don't wake people up in the morning.
Yeah, because it's a couple of hours the event, isn't it?
We run 8 till 10, which is sort of half and half. It works for a lot of people. Some people go, that's too early to get there for 8. But we have people coming from Bristol, we come people from Brighton. They travel a fair way to get there. But it works because people can come and still have the rest of the day. I think if they've got to go out with the family or they've got to do stuff. And it works with the Stalls Cafe because at 10 o'clock we sort of tend to clear out and they get their normal customers. So it's not affecting there.
We found that with Cars and Cuppas. We were doing it till remember we was doing it till 1.
It was just people were usually staying about 11, half past 11 later.
It naturally sort of fizzles out. I think that's when I go to different places. That's what I go for. Yeah. Really, a couple of hours. By the time
you've done a couple of times,
I had a wander around, had something to eat, had a coffee, and then sort of gone on a little bit.
You need to get up to it, to be fair, because it's such a cool little venue. Like, we went in like the peak of the summer, I think. Yeah. But to be fair, I don't think I realised how far away it's not that far. But I don't think I realised. I thought, just local Cars and Coffee. Let's go up to that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like 2 hours ago. I was like, fuck, we're only like 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's the thing. It is that.
But it was like such a vibe.
It's good. It's good. So we started off. It didn't used to be ticketed. Probably same with yourself. Everything grows and everything. Yeah, you become a victim of your own success, don't you? It kind of, as it went on, it sort of grew and we thought, that'll be all right. It's get busy. If you had a wet one, you'd have 50, 60. We can probably fit 80, 90 in there comfortably. Yeah. We get them at sort of different angles around the gravel and around the tree. Sort of grew. And then people kept saying to me, are you going to run it through the winter? And we're like, Yeah, that's right. Not thinking. I never realised. You don't think that, because I was going to stuff that there's enough stuff people shut down like October.
Yeah, 100%, especially with cars. And
yeah, they seems to be it. They put the cars away or they don't go, and that's of course everyone's sort of. We were the only thing running, so which everyone sort of piled in, and we had a couple of real mad ones, and we had to sort of nip that in the bud a little bit and ticket it. And it's a shame because sometimes it's that you never know quite what's coming through the door.
Yeah.
People might go, "Oh, I'll nip down there, I'll take that out," but it meant that we know we could get everyone in.
Yeah, sometimes that's some people last minute, so they don't necessarily. We find it as well. Like some people just book like right at the last minute, or just buy tickets on the gate, which obviously what you can't do. So some people might say, wake up in the morning and go, oh, I'll go to that Cars and Coffee.
Yeah.
But obviously can't because it's
a ticket. But
I think it works better because you can manage it.
I can manage it. The biggest thing that I enjoy about it, and probably you enjoy about it as well, is being able to talk to people about their cars.
Yeah.
They want to talk. It doesn't matter what they drive or what they've got. I want to hear every car's going to have a history, or the person who's bought it, why they bought it. And that's what I really enjoy. And it got to the point where it's so busy. Dan helps me out a lot with it. And Dan's dad, Alan. We spent our time parking people. And you get to the end and go, I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. I haven't spoken to anyone. Then you spend the next week. Talking to people online on Instagram about, oh, sorry, I missed you, like that. So that's what we came to. We had one a couple of weeks ago, and for whatever reason, it's a ticket. So you're trying to manage the numbers on tickets, and we had a busier one than we thought we did, and things like that. Even though you have managed tickets, you kind of go, you work out that a few people might not come. You see kind of that, and I said, yeah, that's fine. We'll have a few, and then just for whatever reason, and then there was a van. There's a couple of units there that had big vans parked outside, so you lost some spaces, and it just seemed to be, hang on a minute, this is a bit stressful again. But the tickets worked really well because you could bring it back. Yeah, you could chat to everyone. And that's what I enjoy about it. It's the people.
Go too mad with it. It's not like I always say, like Cars and Cuppas is not a car show. Like,
no, that's exactly it.
It's just Cars and Coffee. It's like morning.
I mean, sometimes it does get quite busy though. Like during the summer, we've had 300 odd cars.
Yeah.
Where
sometimes it's just like you said, it's unmanageable, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem. You're running about. Everyone's running.
That's the thing. You're running about. Then you're trying to manage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it. You miss it. And what we found, and you might find with Greendale as well, that because the busier you are and the more you're chasing around, no one's getting served in the cafe any quicker.
True.
So they end up. That's what we found. Even though when we were really busy and we sort of had 120, 130, 140 cars there, because the queue got really busy, the girls weren't taking any. We worked out, even when we brought it back down to sort of 80, 85 cars, the girls were taking more money in the cafe because people could get in, serve. But
you find that, like, especially with ours sometimes, people end up, especially with food,
get about an hour on food.
Yeah, and they're just like, you know what, other than leave to go somewhere else. Like
exactly. Which is, and the whole point of like sort of having the two together is you support that cafe.
Yeah, exactly. It can get a bit chaos.
I think the thing when we do it down in Race World, so like two different like venues.
Yeah.
Sometimes down there if the Greendale's a bit busy.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't like the Race World one.
It's not as good because they don't like to open their cafe in like the Race World, so usually you've got the van there.
Yeah.
I find the van's usually a lot quicker at getting in and out of Greendale.
The only thing, like you just said about the vans and outside the farm buildings and stuff like that. That's what Race World's like. You get all the passing trades. Yeah. And that. So you got like the big lorries and tractors.
Big lorries coming through.
Just
sit there in the road.
And it's just chaos.
It's trying to manage them, isn't it?
It's absolute chaos.
Like I said, it is. I think. Yeah, sometimes people forget. I think it works both sides. I think there's a lot of people that appreciate how much goes into it, even if it doesn't seem much goes into it. And I think
all the social stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and getting people going and things like that. And then managing, like you said, you do tickets. I mean, you do your own system. I do ours through Eventbrite because I can just just put it on and forget it. But they love to take their bit.
They take a juicy bit.
They do take a juicy bit. Yeah, and I remember sending them a message going, "Why are you taking?" And then there's this bit and this bit and this bit. Yeah, they're pretty good.
So anything like that, there's just fees in it. That's why I switched to doing it on a normal website because I was like, because otherwise you just end up swallowing. And there's a lot of costs that involved, like sometimes with it. It's not just. I think, like you just said, like people just think it's a couple of hours out. Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it.
A lot more behind the scenes. I mean, you're there at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, setting up, getting everything ready.
And people just think, it's just 9 to 11 and that's it, or 9 to 12 and that's it. But it's not.
Like you said, it's never 8 till. Ours is never 8 till 10. It's you get there. You get there.
6 to 11.
Yeah, exactly. You get there this morning. It's sort of it's just around the corner for me, so it's not too bad. But you get that up at 7. But then you've got somebody everyone likes to get there early, even though they've got a space and got a ticket. Everyone loves to get there early, which is great. That's brilliant. It's really good. And then you have
when it's like an hour early and like we're still setting up.
Oh, do you remember before? So we had that back entrance coming up, and the queue probably must have been 50, 60 cars just queuing before we opened.
It's like an hour before the event.
that's exactly it. And it's brilliant. I mean, it's lovely that everyone's really keen. You can't knock it, but it is sometimes just as like, I'll go get coffee. It's like, no, the cafe doesn't open today. Exactly. That's fine. Have a wander around. And then, like I said, sometimes we'll have people say, can I bring a race car, which is great. So I've got to get them early there to unload the trailer, which is brilliant because I sponsor a touring car, and they're local, and they come down and bring that. But that's sort of unloading it early, getting in position.
There was one there when we went actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It would have been Scooper. Yeah. Alan Blanco and Claire Norman. So
it's cool to try stuff like that. We've had Rob before, and Rob Square with his cars and stuff. People love it, don't they?
Yeah, it's just something different. Like I said, I try to sort of, the same as you do probably. You chat to odd people here and there and things. Bring it down and things like that. Yeah. So it's great, and people like to show off what they've done.
Yeah, people definitely like to show off stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people like it as well because you don't see it on the roads, you don't see it out and about. It's kind of like one place where you can see it.
Exactly. Yeah, yes, that's exactly it.
And when stuff like that are like the touring car, when it's on track and stuff, or like when Rob's on drift days and stuff, you never really like up close and personal, especially like a place like BHP and that.
You can't always have a chat with the person as well because Rob's a friendly guy. He's always there. He'll have a chat with you.
Well, that's exactly the same with Claire and Alan when they brought the touring car down. They can actually chat to people about it, and it's a great chance to chat to people. They can talk to people. It might lead to sponsorship, that sort of thing. They got chatting with the video guys that I work with, and now they're working with them, and they've made a short video about them. So it's these contacts and bits and pieces, like you said, that you never get a chance to do if it's on track. You you sit on the bank and watch it. Don't you? I think that's great.
What do you reckon's the nicest car you've had at Sunday Start?
Someone asked me this the other day. I know where we were out, it's my friend's son Ben, and he said, what do you think the nicest car? And I don't know. There's so many.
Everyone's got their own opinion on the nicest car.
Yeah, I mean, so what works quite well is we do the awards.
Yeah, I love that idea.
So this started, I went for lunch with a guy called Andy who comes a lot with his Clio, and we started talking about ages and ages ago, and we started talking about doing something bits and different and things like that. So we started doing these awards. So we started off with doing best classic, best modified, best modern, which was 2008 onwards, cleanest car.
That wouldn't be me then, would it?
No, it's not my BMW tonight. I looked at it, and it was just trying to pick something. That was it. Yeah, best modern, best classic, best modified, cleanest car, and then we sort of added different categories and add some extras in. Then we ended up sort of, the whole point being that when you ticketed it, if you had these awards, it still meant that somebody would go, bring my car. It still had that variety because they thought they'd bring it out.
How does it work with the awards? Do they have to give it back after the month, or do they keep the awards?
Keep the awards.
So for that month.
So Jack's very lovely, a chap that helps us out a lot. He makes them for us out of his own time, bits and pieces, and sort of puts that towards the whole idea of the charity side of things.
Yeah, cool.
He makes them. So each month it's got the category on it, and it's got your month on it. And they keep that. People are over the moon.
Yeah, and it's nice something that you can just like cherish as well.
Nice,
and it's just different. So we added modern classic. That's sort of only personally probably for me because I that late 90s 2000s is that's what I like. So because what we found was we needed something in between modern and sort of classic. So we added that in. We changed modified to best newcomer. Which meant that it didn't matter what you bought. It could be anything. Sometimes it might be something modified that we really like. It might be something that's really tidy or something. So we changed them. So those awards work really, really well.
I think I'd love to bring up one of them American trucks. I
don't know about I've seen.
It's quite a journey.
Did you say an hour and 45?
Yeah, about an hour and 45.
Yeah, fun journey. One of them. A bit noisy, wasn't it? I'd love to bring up one of them, to be fair.
But like you said about what's your favourite car to come, those awards are great because you can pick certain things, and sometimes we'll pick them. Sometimes I'll get other people to pick them. Sometimes I get last month winners to pick them.
That's a good shout.
Cleanest one's always quite a good one. Dan, that does it with me, is very, very anal about his cleaning, so he's quite a good person to get to do it. But it's
I think it's a good idea, to be fair. I love that idea of doing awards.
We've done the show and shine.
Well, yeah,
It's a little bit different, but then we've
it's
also
nice to have a trophy that you can keep forever, basically forever.
yeah, exactly. And they're brilliant. And then what we did in the summer, which was great, which I really enjoyed, I put on a winners' evening. So everyone that had won an award came down, and we did a barbecue outside, and we had some beers and some music going.
Yeah,
so everyone that had won cleanest car came down, parked their cars and cleaned their cars. Everyone that won classic came down.
Yeah,
so we had an evening, we put that on. That was great. They bought a ticket, and we did it outside like a Asian themed barbecue. The girls did that at the stills. And it was brilliant. It was a lovely evening. So
I think that's such a cool idea, that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So it's a nice little, yeah.
Sorry,
No, you carry on. It's just a nice little tweak.
Yeah, 100%.
And then people,
100%.
and it's
photo opportunities as well. People share it and stuff like that. So
and people are over the moon. It's amazing. Like we had one guy who was just leaving. He had we gave him best classic. He had bought an NSX. Had something like 18,000 miles on the clock. It'd been in the family since new. It was completely factory. And just as he was going, it's like, what? I've never won anything in my life. I've never won anything.
People love all this.
Yeah. He can and then people send me pictures of it on the mantelpiece.
Yeah.
And
there was a car that we come up with. There's an Alpha. I don't know how you say it. It's a
Portfolio Green.
Green.
GTA. Yeah. So that's.
Have you seen that?
No.
So that's Brett's. That he came away with us to Switzerland this year in Italy.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal car.
Did that win cleaner's car that day?
Yeah, he's have to build himself a trophy cabinet. He's got quite a few cars, and every time he comes, it's
walks away with
because he cleans his own car. Cleans his own car out, and he's into his classics. He's into his modern. I think he's won cleanest. I think he's won best classic. I think he's won best modern. He's won. Yeah, he has. Yeah, because he's got a Alpine A110R as well.
Yeah, nice.
That's one best modern. So he's got his mates. He likes to wind his mates up about these trophies.
You know, Matt has got the green.
Yeah,
it's like that, but a bit more of a track focused version, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the Project 8.
Yeah.
Which was the Jaguar's 4-door stripped out caged. So it's caged completely. Everything's carbon fibre on it. It's even when you buy it, when he bought it, he had to get measured for a race suit. So you get two race suits and 2 helmets.
I'd be in that all the time. You have to do the food shop.
You're in your race suit.
It's so he bought it away this year. We went down to Switzerland, Italy with it. He bought it. It's a phenomenal car. Sounds fantastic. Colours brilliant.
It's matte. It's in green, but it's like a track
focused car.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That's the only So Felix, who does, obviously you know Felix does a lot of like the video stuff. Well, he's a partner for Victri. He doesn't ever take his phone out, does he, for photos and stuff. When do you ever really see it? That's the only car I've seen him at a car take a photo of. He's like, I've got his phone out, take a photo. I'm like, what? I've never seen you take a photo.
I don't think I've seen him either.
So that just proves how nice it was.
It's a phenomenal car. I think it sold.
He sold it?
Yeah, I think he sold it. I don't know what he wants next. He's always sort of got something.
How many cars do you reckon he's got?
Brett would have, I don't know what he's got hidden away, 4 or 5. Maybe 4 or 5. He's just opened a new storage unit called The Unit. Car storage down.
Oh, I've seen that. Is it?
Yeah, down in Bournemouth, or edge of Poole, Bournemouth area like that. Went down the other day. Really, really smart setup, whatever. And we went in, had a coffee, and he did us some breakfast, have a look around, show us around. And that Alpha was sat in there, and it's just just under the lights. It was.
What are they worth? Do you know?
I don't know what they're worth now. I know
they keep going up.
They've gone up.
Yeah.
I know they've done all right. Because I think it was one of those things that probably when you, a bit like probably with the Project 8, when you bought it, you felt maybe felt this is a bit mad buying a 4-door car with a roll cage in, thinking this is a bit, but it was just something different. But yeah, they seem to have done all right. I think.
He tracked it and stuff.
Yeah, he tracks everything. So yeah,
proper driver there.
Yeah, no, it's been on track. He can drive definitely.
That's class. I'd love to have something like that.
It's nice to see cars like getting used though.
Well, that's
people just buy them. Just
that's exactly it. I don't know if he wore the race suit, but it's.
100% would.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll say so. Like I'm not sure he fits in it, but that's what his mates give him a stick about. But he's tracked it. He uses all his cars. But yeah, I was going to say Brett's big supporter of Sunday Startup.
Is he going to be like sort of acting as like a sponsor through the storage?
So we kind of work to get really. It kind of worked with it. He seems to share He seems to share the Eurorun stuff.
Yeah.
And then I share his unit stuff and things like that. It works really.
about. And
which is great. If you've seen it about, that's great. Yeah. No, he's gone doing something different. So it's
is that in exactly the same area?
Half an hour away.
Right.
But
cool.
Really, really smart. Really, really good.
So how many cars is he catering for?
So he can do. What did he do the other day? 8 ramps. I'm just trying to remember what he had. 1, 2, 3, 8, 16. I think he can get 25 cars in his 2 units.
It's decent, isn't it?
Yeah, on nice smart ramps and tricky cars. And he's got. It's worth having a look at the website because he's got different packages and things like that, and you can get obviously servicing M&T, and then they get cars picked up, put in there.
It's a good little idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. And his office is there anyway, so he's on site and he's not too far away. So I think it's 24 hours notice to get the car in and out and how you want it. And it gets cleaned and put away. So it's
because obviously Josh and I are trying to do that, aren't they, down there?
Yeah,
some sort of storage facility, but they haven't got going with it yet. But I think it's definitely a good idea.
But, yeah,
I think your area though, there's probably more scope for cars to be stored.
Bizarrely, like that was one of the reasons I think he started it up. He said he couldn't. Everything else seems to be quite far away.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be looking at car storage because I looked at it a little bit years ago. Everyone wants to be on that M4 or with close to London that people can store their cars and come out. But there didn't seem to be too much down there. So I think he's on the right thing.
Yeah, because I almost thought like the car storage stuff. I didn't know necessarily, like especially in Devon, like how much of it was necessarily needed because you find out a lot of people have got a lot of space down there, so they've got garages and stuff like that. Whereas like if you're more close to that London border, they haven't really got the space.
No, you haven't got space to have an extra car. So, I mean, I'm lucky with my work. I've got space at the farm on the barn. But if I didn't, I'd definitely be putting something with. If I had something else, I'd be putting something with Brett.
Yeah.
Just because it's there, it's easy, it's secure, it's safe. I can get to it.
It's kept on top of.
Yeah, it might be the case that I go and pick it up on a Friday night and drop it back on a Sunday evening.
Yeah, at least you know every time you're going to go get it, it's going to be like spot on as well.
Yeah, it's clean, it's easy to get to. And he's got a sort of a. What's it like customer drop-off, pick-up point. So when you arrive, your car is there, clean, ready to go.
Yeah,
perfect for you. Have a coffee, pick your car up.
Yeah. Well, got that way.
Yeah, I'm going to say if you're coming up that way, well, he'd be happy to show you around. Go up there and then pop up. Yeah, Brett would go and show you around. But
cool as.
Yeah, the unit.
I'll drive you up on one of the trucks
when the weather's been.
yeah. The unit is called. So it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah.
So how did you get onto the Eurorun stuff?
Eurorun. So I've always travelled with cars. I've always been away. Used to go with my parents. Used to go away and do other things. Just when I was 18, 19, we were out to Nürburgring. That kind of thing. And I was the one that always organised it. Even when we used to go ski trips, it was me that organised it. And I like that. I don't know whether that's a thing because I like to be in control. I don't know. But I enjoy
it's your thing, isn't it?
And just join a go. Yeah, I think if you're that person like yourself, if you're that person of organising things, or
I don't know if I'm necessarily good at organising.
I mean, you managed your eyes so far.
Well, yeah, but yeah,
Nürburgring trade.
True. And it's that going away, and then probably. So always used to go to cars. We used to go to Nürburgring. We always used to go to Le Mans every year and things like that, smaller scale. And then probably, I think, what are we now? Probably 12 years ago, 10 years ago. I've always been into my Land Rovers as well. Dad was always into Land. We had a Land Rover garage growing up, so they've always been an extra vehicle.
Yeah, nice.
We decided to go to Morocco. Sat in the pub one night and said we'll go to Sahara and the Land Rovers. So off we went, planned a trip to Sahara.
No, what? Land Rover 90s or something like that?
Yeah, 190, one Discovery.
Yeah, nice.
And drove down to Sahara.
That's cool,
and then kind of off the back of that, we kind of set up a little sort of 4x4 tour company. We used to take people to Wales. We've been to Spain, went to the Pyrenees, been to Portugal, back to Morocco.
So where people bring their own...
Yeah, people bring their own vehicles and we just... Yeah. That kind of... Enjoyed doing the tours and that, and then work got in the way and life gets in the way, and sort of the chap I used to run it with got busy with his work, so we kind of put that on a back burner, a sideline, really. Work took over, as it always does, normal work. So we started thinking about, got back into cars and coffee, and then started going away a bit, and then 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, I think, me and my other half went out to Switzerland, and I said, I think I've got the back of my head, I'd like to go and do some tours again, but we're on the car side of things. So we went out and sort of did a whirlwind tour of Switzerland and a bit of Italy and a bit of here. Yeah, it was great. It was just the two of us, and we went out there and we just ate nice food and
That's what it's about,
yeah, exactly. I had a fantastic time, and then was back, and then kind of came off the back of that and thought, change cars. Thought, right, I need something a bit more special. So change cars. Then the Cars and Coffee sort of took off, and that grew.
Would you start the Cars and Coffee at this time?
Yeah, Cars and Coffee started 2 years ago. So yeah, I think it was probably it's about 3 years ago we went out to Switzerland.
Then he used the table, right?
But yes, so we'd started doing a few bits and pieces and took people away, and then this summer we did 2 trips out there with groups. The first one was with friends, and the second one we took a sort of a tour out of people that come from Sunday Startup. And I've always had this, like I said, passion for going away, and I've always wanted to go because there's lots of car rallies out there, and they do it really, really well. They do it fantastic well, and there's sort of lots of good high level ones, and then there's lots of sort of your £500 banger ones, which is great. I think they're brilliant.
Real mix.
But it was trying to find that sort of, not a gap in them, that's the wrong way to put it. Trying to
find your own niche with the market.
Trying to find your own niche, exactly. And I found that we get such a variety at Sunday Startup, but the cars are of a very nice quality. They're good, whether they're, I don't know, a Golf GTI or whether they're a McLaren. There's sort of room for everyone. I kind of guess I wanted to create a rally that was like that was open to anyone and everyone from any background, and that's what I like about Sunday Startup, is that the guy will pull up in the Golf next to the guy in the Ferrari, and they'll get out and have a coffee and a chat together. There's no...
Yeah, I love seeing that sort of stuff.
And that's probably the same with yours. Everyone talks to everybody, and I kind of wanted to take that on the road, really. And I think, 100%. Because the guy at Hans Ferrari might have had that Golf GTI.
Yeah, exactly. I always think that.
Yeah, where it starts. And the guy with the Golf GTI might want to buy one of those one day. So so it works both ways. I think that's great. And you don't know that guy with the Ferrari hasn't got the Golf GTI.
Exactly.
And that's what he drives on the week.
Yeah, because you find that sometimes they could be just coming up and they're sort of like city runaround, like, I know for someone for a fact, you look at Lewis chasing cars, he whips around in a Fiat Punto, like has his daily, and then he's just got a couple of Ferraris sat home.
Yeah, special made ones.
Turns up at site and stuff with his Fiat Puntos.
That's what you never know what someone's got or what else they got. I think that's I think that works both ways. So the whole idea behind Eurorun was to take this whole idea on the road, do something a bit different, just go and see some. I wanted to. The whole idea, when we did the tours, we did sort of the whole idea of the driving roads, and you did the proper roads and stayed out of the cities and stayed in like smaller places, and that's kind of what I wanted to take, but do it on a bigger scale. So the plan is, it's in place. What did I do? We just clicked over 50% sold today, so that's great. So we're going there. So we're there for next year. I'm really pleased with that, which is a mix of probably half are from Sunday Startup so far, and then half are sort of people that have heard about it or seen things that have been shared and that idea. So start in Tiny Hall in Hook in Hampshire, which is a lovely English country hotel. Spent ages going around different hotels just trying to find the right feel or the right thing. You'll find a hotel that you think's right, but something's not quite right, or things like that.
Some might be too fancy, some might be...
Yeah, it's just having that, and I tried to make each hotel different. So each night was completely different to the last night. So starts there, arrive on the Sunday, big country hotel, got a nice drive up, and it's like a U-shaped hotel, big country house, and everyone parks out the front.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's what we thought. Everyone parks at the front, go in, you get your road book for the week. So the whole idea is there's no route. That you're given a hotel point now, and we'll put suggestions on there of that's your motorway route, that's your non-toll route.
Yeah.
That's a good road. Because from driving it and learning things, we know which ones are good. But you can do it however you want to do. You drive on your own. You can, and the whole point is that this community, I think, hopefully will form over the week of sitting at the bar, and you might not know anyone. There was a chap that chatted to me the other day, was talking about it, wanted some more information, and he said, it's just that I've never been on one, I don't know. And I said, trust me, you'll get there, and within 10 minutes you'll be chatting to someone about that, and you'll be fine. So start there, and then there's out onto the terrace for, basically there'd be food provided every night. It's a 2-course meal every night.
Because that's within the price of...
And your welcome drink and everything like that. So as you arrive, there'll be a drink for you. Go in, we'll have a chat about everything, and then there's barbecue out on the terrace the first night, hotel, breakfast in the morning, probably, and then leave. And as you're leaving, you'll end up sort of leaving individually in bits and pieces, heading down to the tunnel, head through the tunnel. But again, you will stagger the leaving, but again, it would naturally, little groups of form or bigger groups through there, head down to Sedan, which is on the edge of the Champagne region, which we stayed at before. This is it's the largest, like not in one piece castle's way to put it, or fortified building in Europe, and part of it's a hotel.
Nice.
So you drive through this archway on this cobbled through, and then you park within the walls.
Imagine the content really.
I think we need to go.
and the hotels within that, and that's fantastic. That's different, fantastic hotel, and again very different to the first one. And then the next day we'll be heading down to Switzerland. Again, fantastic roads through France. Again, if you want, take the motorway. Get there as quick as you can, within the speed limits. Get down there, and then you can enjoy the hotel. There's a spa there, there's a pool there, there's a lovely town. Andermatt's a fantastic little Swiss town. Or you can take your time and get down there and then hop over. You can go Sustained Pass, and however you want to do it.
Yeah.
That's the next hotel. Fantastic. Again, I keep saying fantastic because I know I've been staying.
I'm picturing it now. It's a dream, doesn't it? To be fair.
Just the roads and the people, and then we'll leave there, head over the Furka Pass, which is your famous pass with Hotel Belvedere on the corner. But again,
I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that on TikTok. Have you seen that?
I'm not
I have to send it to you.
It's the one that everyone wants to picture their car out the front.
If I see it, I'll probably know.
Yeah. So, but again, if you want to get up early that day and go and explore, because Andermatt's a perfect place to go and do the passes. You could go and do an hour and a half worth of passes and come back for breakfast and then go on. Again, and then we're over to sort of French Alps to a hotel called Hotel Logis, which is fantastic hotel, which they aren't open, but they don't open till August for the summer, but they're opening just for us.
Perfect.
Which is so, and every hotel, all the guests will be in one hotel. So we're not split between other different hotels and then we're off to a bar. All the food and everything, everyone sits down together every night. Everyone eats together and everyone's in the bar together every night. So everyone's at the same hotel. All the cars are parked at the same hotel. So Hotel Logis is wonderful, sort of fairly new. It's only been open a couple of years. Sort of alpine hotel. And what sold it to me, it's got this veranda that sort of, or terrace that opens up right round, looks across the mountains. Yeah. And they've got the bars out there, and we've organised a DJ out there, and I think there's a hot tub out there if you want. But so that's really good. And then you can leave there, and then that's the last days running down to Monaco.
That was sweet.
And you can take motorway right down to the edge of Med and take the coastal road along. You can go right round, do Route de Napoleon, which is again fantastic road. I've driven it a couple of times and it's wonderful. So you can kind of go to whatever. That's what I wanted to sell. You're not rushed. You've got to be on a motorway because you've got however many miles to do to get to another city. Yeah, everything works really well.
Yeah, you can choose how you drive and all that sort of stuff.
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly. If you want to stop for lunch in that cafe because you'd like to stop for lunch, you won't feel like you've been left behind. You know you're going to get to the hotel in the evening and have a drink waiting for you and dinner waiting for you. And again, the dinner and the drinks we try to do differently. Yeah. Get to Fairmont on the hairpin, which lots of people, like I said, there's lots of people use it, but a lot of rally company use it, and because where else do you stay? If you're going to Monaco, you want to stay on the hairpin. So again, that's a wonderful hotel. Cars parked out the front, and we've got hired the restaurant at the top for drinks and for dinner, and then there'll be, again, that'll be the last night, and that's awards. So we're going to do an award evening as well. So there'll be different awards and things like that, which we'll make up through the week.
Service driver and all that, probably.
Yeah, or spirit, or get most, favorite car or something like that. Yeah. So that's the idea of Eurorun, of just taking this community that we created at Sunday Startup, and probably similar community you've got, and just taking it on the road and just enjoying it and enjoying great roads and good company.
Capturing memories.
I think that's it. And just do it on a relaxed. It's not mad pace. It's not too fast paced. And then, so we finish in Monaco, and then the next morning, and then it's obviously being a rally. It's point A to point B. So that's the finish. If people want to, then they can work their way back.
Kind of detour.
They can. I know. I've spoken to a couple of people. A couple of people want to spend an extra night in Monaco. Some other people are going to work their way. I spoke to some chap the other day that booked on, and was planning his route home because he wants to go and try some other roads he hasn't done. So he's going to come with us on the way out, and then he'll work his way home. I know there's 3 or 4 that have asked, which I can organise as well, are going to have their cars transported back. Put them on a lorry, so we can organise that as well. So they'll pick you up from Monaco, bring the cars back to the UK, and you can fly straight back from Nice.
Yeah, I do.
It's nice and simple. That's quite a nice way of doing it. It sounds like
a long drive back.
It's not. It's when you start breaking down, if you've got something that's a bit fruity, and by the time you put some fuel, you stop for another hotel, you put some more food and drink, and you pay. Then you got your tunnel going out. So.
Because how long is it going to take you to get out there? So like across a few days.
So we start on the Sunday, meet on the Sunday afternoon. And then we'll finish on the Thursday.
Yeah, nice.
So it's good. Regards extras, there'll be a medic with us all the time. There's a mechanic. There's a chap who works for works for a Porsche specialist. He's just the person to use around our area.
Yeah.
He's going to come, so he'll be on for support all the time. But he's great because he can do the modern stuff and things and plug stuff in, but he can also he's got that old school and fixing because he works with old 911s and things as well, but obviously not just 911s, anything. Cotswold International Transport have come on board and going to follow us with their covered trailer. They've got a triple axle covered trailer.
I've seen that. Is it? I think I've seen it on your brief that you sent me.
Yeah.
It's a company that's got all the brand's green.
No, they'll be the company I think we're going to use to bring them back.
Yeah.
But the Cotswold boys, brilliant. They're going to come on board with us and follow at the back.
Right.
So if you have an issue, your car breaks down or something like that, or you need to get it to a garage, they'll pick you up. So you're not stranded at the side of the road. We'll pick you up, put you in the back of the. It's all fully insured. It's all fully covered. That's what they do. They move some serious stuff. So we've got a Ranger in a trailer. They'll take you to the hotel.
That's mad.
So if your car needs looking at the next day, then or it needs to be, or that's the end or whatever. At least you've got to the hotel. Yeah. You're with everyone else. You can have dinner or drink. You're not sat at the side of the road. Or if it needs to get taken to a garage or something like that, you're not waiting around. They still feel that there.
Yeah,
so it's those little things that we try to think.
Someone happens to their car.
And I know that. It's like and me. I know the same. So full minute luggage. So if you've got something small that you can't think you can fit your luggage, we've got a van coming with us.
This is some setup.
There's John's coming with. He's got a lease, but I've got a hard roof.
Right.
He's like, can I put my roof in there? It's got a bag. So because he said it's going to get hot. So we'll carry his roof.
Jesus Christ.
Just all those little things that I
makes the experience more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's taken some thinking, it's taken some planning, but it's worked really. I've got a good team coming with me. So there'll be staff. The whole idea is there's staff on the road. So Dan, that runs Sunday Staff out with me, will run sort of with the competitors, or not competitors, the wrong words, it's not a competition. We'll run together with everyone.
Yeah.
There's staff will have gone on it. When you get to the hotel, staff will already be at the next hotel, ready to park you, ready to sort you out, ready to make sure everything's ready. And then there'll be staff leaving last as well, and they'll swap around. So I'll come out. Regards media coverage, got Ben, who's BH1 photographer, who I've just done a car story thing. Cool. He's great. He's bringing his F-Type. So he's great with, his pictures are brilliant anyway. Yeah, but he's really good at capturing people and the atmosphere. So what he's going to do is he's going to enjoy it in the daytime in his Jag.
Yeah,
and then he'll get to the evening, and then he'll do sort of what everyone's drinking and chatting around and things like that.
I love all of that.
And then we've got, and then we've got 5A boys as well, who I did. We did a video for Sunday Startup a while back as well with them. They're coming on board, so they'll be the videographers, and then they're going to run a car in amongst everyone else as well with a few cameras. So they'll capture. So there will be this atmosphere. And so at the end, everyone will get sent a book as well.
Yeah,
so
sweet.
it's
that's like proper set.
Everything's captured as well. Everything's set up. It's just enjoy it.
There's that, and that's the whole thing. It's meant to take the stress out of it. So you put some fuel in your car.
And drive.
Yeah, you put your fuel in your car and you pay your toll.
And so is that literally the only thing you've basically got? Not unless you want more food.
Unless you want. Obviously, you've got to stop for lunch somewhere if you want to, and any more drinks and your welcome drink. But yeah, between arriving on the Sunday in Hampshire at the hotel in Hampshire and then leaving on the Friday morning, apart from lunch, fuel and tolls, you're covered.
And everything else is sorted out. The worst case.
Yeah, and then exactly, and that's the whole idea of worst case scenario that you're covered. And there's staff always around. There's hopefully enough staff in each hotel and enough staff on the road.
Yeah.
And we'll try to put in a point each day, midpoint, where a staff member will stop. So if you have got an issue, you've got something, or the car's not quite right, there'll be someone there for an hour that hopefully you can get to.
How long does it take you to sort this out?
So it's been in my head for a while. And I've been wanting to do it, but...
Because this is like every last little bit of detail before that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And have you been on rallies before, like someone else?
So I've never done it. I've done tours, like I said, done tours, organised things like that. But it's one of those things. I guess I know what I'd want from one.
Yeah, true.
And then I chatted to quite a few people come to the startup, and we had a conversation about what we want. And I threw this idea of doing this, and they said, "Oh, that'd be great." And they were like, "Well, what happens if this happens?" And I was like, oh, "That's a great idea." Yeah. And it's all those little bits. And I spoke to someone ages ago who had been on one before, and he was trying to pack lightly to get stuff into his car. Yeah. And I was like, "Well, we'll just take your bag for you."
Yeah.
Yeah, you take your basic clothes, so you've got, when you get there, you can have a shower, and then we'll have your bag with you, and we'll drop it up to your room.
Most of it covered. Like, I was always thinking, with stuff like that, you end up learning more on the job as well. You end up.
Of course you do.
Sometimes you got.
Well, hopefully, but it's that picking nights and nights and nights of picking hotels and getting things right and adjusting and working out. And I'm sure there'll be, once you've done one, you'll think, "Oh, that will work," or that wasn't necessarily needed. We could put that somewhere else.
So the only thing that some people will be asking for next is for you to fuel their cars. That's pretty much it.
I did have the great bit. I had someone the other day. He said he was inquiring about. He's got an E63 AMG, lovely car. He's mad about his cleaning, and he said, "Will there be time to clean my car halfway through?" And I was like, "I'll find you space and time so you can clean your car."
Mobile details.
That's what he said. Would there be someone that come and that's
free ticket.
Exactly. There's something else you could add into it. So hopefully I can make it an annual thing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
June 22nd, 26th, 2025 is next year's. That's the inaugural one. It's going to go 2026. I've already kind of got a route in my head.
Do you reckon you dabble with like a smaller local, like Wales trip or Scotland trip? Or anything like that? Is it not necessarily worth?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's lots of people out there that do that.
Yeah.
And there's lots of chat runs local to me. Jack, he does that little thing to do with his club, and I think that works really well. From my personal opinion, I think cars are built for Europe, for mainland Europe. I think that the roads coming down here tonight, it's just traffic. It's just traffic, potholes. I think if you can get Scotland, I think there's some really good companies out there that do stuff here. That's where I like to go with that.
Because obviously it's your first time going to Europe this year, to Germany, wasn't it? You even said the roads are it's
so different.
As soon as you get off that tunnel,
so much
or the ferry, there's smooth. The road, I can't. Yeah, the roads are just so smooth.
It's a lot easier.
There's no traffic. You can get. It's amazing how quickly you can get to Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Or we went last year. Went out for Dan that helps me out. Went out for a stag do.
Yeah.
Went down. We did Black Forest, Stuttgart Porsche Museum, then back for a couple of days to Nürburgring, and then back up. But yeah, that's brilliant. But the Nürburgring, it's
a completely different experience.
Yeah, I love it. It was. I hadn't been. We used to go quite a bit, and then I hadn't been in about 10 years. And as soon as you start you come off the motorway and you start winding through into the mountains.
Yeah.
And there's something like, I don't know, a stripped out Mark II Golf goes past. You're like, I'm back. This is where I want to be.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Everywhere you go, it's modified cars, supercars.
It's almost hard to explain it to people because you always say it's like a car show 24/7,
Yeah,
and they just
100%.
they almost don't get it. Right, so take 3 now.
Well, yeah, take
three.
3 after a quick little break.
So say quick break. We had a problem. Well, say we had a problem with the SD card. I just forgot to clear storage on
So we ran out of storage,
Apologies, Andy.
That's
But
all
at least we filmed 45 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But basically, we got up to talking a little bit about the Nürburgring stuff. And
Like we
obviously-
said, it's just a wonderful place full
Yeah.
of brilliant people, and
Everyone's there
that's
for
what
the same reason.
everyone's there for the same reason. And that's, like we said about the car community, that's whether it's Cars and Coffee, whether it's taking your cars abroad, whether it's, I don't know, like I said, going to Nürburgring, whether it's watching motorsport, any of the things. And I think like now's everything. There's so many things. I think social media's helping with that.
Yeah, 100%.
There's such a crossover. Like one of the things that I love going to is Bicester Scramble.
Oh, I'd love to go to that. Have you seen that?
I've not seen
Bicester Scrambles, Bicester do it very well, and the car park's worth going for anyway. But you bump into people from Sunday Startup, you bump into people from other things you've seen. It's
Did you go to the latest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, nice.
But
Jealous.
it's brilliant. It's well worth going to. It's one of my favourite things, just for the quality of cars and the car park. I just go to walk around a car park. And again, you go to all these things and you bump into people you know. Like I've seen people post on your Cars and Cuppas that have come to mine and things like that. And like you said, you're 2 hours away, but wherever I go, like I said, Charlie's Upton up the road, or Piper's, or anywhere like that. Like that 303 seems to connect quite well.
100%.
Or wherever you go, not just 303, but it's this community is sort of growing, and I think it's brilliant.
It's definitely nice to see the overlap. Because like you said earlier, with like the match pads, I suppose there's like a modified scene, a Jap scene, and all these.
100%. I think that they were. Yeah, I think that the scenes were very separate, and everyone was kind of like, oh, I don't want to speak to that. I think years ago, I think the Top Gear did a thing, and there was a modified car going up a hill climb against a classic car. They were very different people, and they still are.
Yeah.
But I think now everyone's willing to integrate and chat a bit more, and I think that's great.
All the times, like all the different people that we've you've met from just having your car there. Obviously, you've got a modified car. Like a Dom with his GT3 and stuff, he mixes with everyone, all the different people that mix.
Well, exactly. And
It's nice to see.
Yeah, you got people, the old classic cars, even like Nathaniel. He comes with his little 1970 bug and he chats with us.
We go on these drive outs, don't we? And there's all these modern cars, right? And then Nathan comes with his
40 horsepower.
I've seen the pictures.
Bug. It's like you know Top Gear when they're doing a challenge and you've got a car sat in the back.
It's like that.
It's not like you don't want it, but it's always that's the last car that ends up. Like we end up getting breakfast. The time we finished up, he's only just arriving and we're going again. Is it going? Probably.
Yeah, well,
Lean a bit.
So we'll wrap up it in general.
Yeah.
I think, shall we?
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to try and do something with Victri. So,
Yeah, that was the plan.
Let's talk a little bit. So, how much is it for the Eurorun?
So you're £2,500 per person.
Yeah.
Based on 2 people in a car, sharing a twin room or double room if you're a couple, or you're £3,950 if you're single.
Right.
That's a sort of single occupancy price. So you're £5,000 a car, really. But like we said earlier, you're only adding a little bit. You're adding your fuel, things like that, and with everything included, the amount of extras that's included or the support that's there, there's a lot gone into it. The hotels have been hand-picked to be of that like higher level, high quality, and picking hotels that fits everybody in one hotel.
Yeah.
So you're not separated. There's not a hotel down that end of the town, or that you're in that hotel. We wanted to get everybody together. Everyone sit down and have 2 courses.
Somebody's mad expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not cheap. But I think that's what makes them a bit more exclusive, some like more higher level.
Yeah, but I think it's a good price, really.
Well, that's like you said, and they do that very, very well. I think that's it. But it's just trying to find something that sits in that sort of maybe that middle ground.
Is it? So it's 2.5 to say for like someone coming like a Range Rover, for example, bought 3 people.
So it's based. Yeah, so the whole, because of how the rooms are done, it is based on 2 people in a car.
Yeah.
So so we've done it on 2 people in a car rather than the Range Rover being 3. It's that's what it's gone to, because then the rooms sort of level out with that bit.
Roughly how many people, like in total?
So there'll be 40. So there's 40 cars.
Yeah.
That's a decent amount, isn't it?
There's 40 cars.
Yeah.
About 80 people. Yeah.
There's 40 cars, 80 people. Again, it's a different. Some people are coming on their own. I've got a husband and wife coming, bringing their own cars. so they're taking a risk. So again, there's a separate price if that's what you wanted to do. So if you're two friends and wanted to bring 2 cars but want to share a room, you can do that. And just like you said, just email me and we can sort that out. And again, I've got a husband and wife both want to bring their cars. Both want to bring their cars. She doesn't want to miss out. He doesn't want to miss out.
Cool though.
Which is great. That's what it's all about. So
I love that.
that's what it does. So probably won't, like you said, you said about the amount of people. Yeah, really, 2 in each car, 80 people. But some people have come singly, some people have done differently. So there's lots of ways around it.
And like you say, it's not just the whole car week. It's like the networking with all the other people that are there.
Oh yeah, 100%, definitely.
You must meet so many different people just in
It's
that
different.
week,
Yeah,
you know what I
there's
mean?
different walks about. Yeah, like I said, I've got people like that came away with us in the summer that sort of form friendships and want to go away again together, and it's that. So
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because obviously we spoke about. I think that's how it's. Did that sort of
I think it's sort of the idea of doing something with Victri.
Victri, yeah. And I think this was before we had actually properly launched. Well, I think we launched.
It's not very long.
It's not going.
Yeah, so every time I speak to you, we're going to do something. Well, yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, it's so annoying, like the amount of conversation I have with people and they're like, hey, when are you launching video? Soon, next week.
Couple of months.
But there is. I know what it's like. There's always something else and something else, and then you think, well, you've got everything in place, and then there's something else.
A lot of red tape and stuff.
Yeah, I imagine there is, yeah.
But, yeah, because obviously I sent it over to Felix when you sent it over to me. And Felix was like, because I like skim through stuff and I see like the pictures and stuff like, yeah, that looks cool as. He was like looking through the detail and he's like, this looks incredible, to be fair.
Oh, brilliant.
Because he obviously seen like, obviously the transport, the recovery and all that sort of stuff and all these different bits and bobs. And he was like, that's a hell of a weekend for someone, do you know?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's that support behind it.
All of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, if we're in a position to do it, we can raffle off.
It's a place, so we're going to hopefully, if it's working with you guys, we're going to raffle off a place, which will be a car and 2 people.
Yeah.
So it's as you would go, really. That's it. You're going to raffle off a car and 2 people. So it's a place on the rally.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
That'd be incredible thing to win.
Yeah.
It's not just like you're winning one thing, you're winning a memory or memory.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's the experience. So yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to do. Have a chat with you, and we'll raffle off a place to come and join us.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome because obviously that's kind of the market that we want to go down with some of the competitions. It's like a bit more of the car and experience side of it. Like,
yeah, I think that's great.
We wanted to do like in the future when we start doing cars, do like Ferrari and an Italy trip or something like that.
Yeah, it works really well. Yeah.
Even a trip to the Nürburgring or something.
Yeah.
And I think we want to tailor more the experience side of it rather than just like the cars.
Yeah, well, so like you said, that's maybe something we can work together down the line. So if it's get to the following year, 2026, like we are going. The plan is in 2026 to go to Maranello and go to Portofino and do that.
Yeah.
So that'd be great if you had
100%.
win a car and the trip. They go really well together.
For us, it's more of like it's more the content that could be produced from it as well. Like someone wins that trip. Like it's not only like we shout on socials when they win it, they're also sharing it when they go. They're tagging us in it and all that sort of stuff. That's why we want to do.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great idea. It's like different. It's just a different thing.
With that, but I think it'll work really well. Like we've had people like try and give us like F1 tickets and all that sort of stuff, and like it'd definitely be great down the line. I think stuff like that will work. Like I said, that's the sort of niche that we want to.
I think that's great. There's lots of, like you said, and again, it's the same. There's other people doing what I'm doing, what you're doing. But it's just trying to find that niche and doing something different. I think that's great. Offering experiences.
The same stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, but doing something a bit different or adding a different kind of value to it. I think that's great.
Imagine like a £5 trip for like £5.
I'm dreaming.
Yeah, I might then. So yeah, we can definitely. Well,
that's the plan.
Posted on that, and I think I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to put myself on, to be honest.
It's getting me excited now. I need another Euro trip.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking maybe if I do a little bit of video work, see what I can do.
See if I can swindle my way in.
Sleep in the car, to be fair, right?
Yeah, sleep in the boot.
Get a tent box or something.
Yeah,
experience. I mean, just join along with. Well, thanks for coming down. We appreciate it.
No, brilliant. No, thank you for having me.
I'll
really enjoyed it.
You up to Sunday start at the store.
Yeah, come on.
I'll get one of the American trucks. Have a car. Go to the back.
We'll make it up there.
I reckon we would.
Yeah, 29th. Last Sunday of the month. unless for any reason there's something going on
Oh, so
there.
29th of December.
29th of December's next one.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Tickets are up. Eventbrite's on the Instagram and on the Facebook.
We'll chuck up something on our group chat.
See if we can
Yeah, no, come on up.
Because we're doing obviously the New Year's Day ones. It'd be nice to do, because I was thinking about a little drive out anyway between Christmas and New Year. So I think that'd be quite nice.
That'll work well.
Yes, good
Because
drive.
we had a little drive up there.
Well, yeah, that works.
Is there some nice driving roads up where you are?
Yeah, fine. Yeah. That's
You have to send us some stuff.
That's one of the things. So there's a road that comes in just up the road called Zigzag Hill, which is sort of a hairpinny hill. It's like a mini alpine road. Everyone loves it. That's what everyone always says about coming to the store. Oh, the roads are great.
Do you know what? I'm optimistic because you know what my downfall was when I went? I used Waze.
Right.
And it took me on some mad bit. I said, Peter, I don't know where Waze is taking me, but we're all over the place.
Tate's done all the back roads.
Yeah, literally complete back roads. And I wish I just used maps. But next time we come, so we come on the 29th,
Yeah.
I'll get some decent driving.
Yeah, no, we can sort that out. That's
To be
definitely.
fair, I think even if we had like a handful of us come up, I
Yeah,
think it'd be good.
that'd be great. And then I said I'd try and grab some of us to come down New Year's Day.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd
great.
be sweet. Make sure you stay tuned for the next podcast. So it'll probably be a podcast between me and yourself and the next one. And we're hopefully going to have Corey at Rap Capital one at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't really mention it, but you probably noticed we're in a different environment as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for App Capital letting us use it.
Yeah, big up Corey for that. And we're not actually that cold, are we?
No, it's all right.
Thankfully not. Well, we were going to use the tunnel, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. I went
very-
downstairs a minute ago. It was freezing.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
very cold.
We
freezing.
did that Saturday, and then to be fair, I think we've been freezing.
Yeah,
Well, you said to me about being cold. I said, we're doing it outside. You were like, no, but it would just be as bad inside.
But no, Andy, yeah, thanks for coming.
No,
on.
you're very welcome.
Thanks
Thank you for having
checking
me.
out the podcast.
Brilliant.
Make sure, obviously, check out Sunday Start for the Stalls. Check out Reese on Reese Payne. What else have you got at the minute? You've got a new TikTok, haven't you, Reese?
Yeah, I got a new TikTok, but that's just kind of a bit quiet at the moment.
Oh, well, make sure you boost it up. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Yeah, we'll see you guys again soon.